planking. Not plankton, planking. It is one of the best core exercises, period. When I had a really bad back injury, I had a little tear between my L4 and L5 vertebrae in my back. And it caused some incredible inflammation, and actually it pinched my nerve, where I lost feeling, a lot of feeling in my left leg, in particular my left foot. Part of my rehab process and rebuilding was planking, because it was something that didn't involve any real dynamic movements. It's more of a static hold, but it really recruits all those important muscles that we tend to neglect. So it makes for a very strong and stable core or trunk, which then extends out to all of our limbs. So you can imagine, if we want to have good motor control of those limbs and good function and mobility, it all stems from that core to extremity. Planking is one of the best ways to strengthen that. So I'm going to review a few different planks, and this one video will be used really as a reference for you when those specific workouts call for this type of plank. And we'll timestamp it so you know at what section of the video you'll be able to see which style of plank. Work for you, works for me. First one's just your regular traditional plank, and we're going to do it from a straight arm position. And this is a modification from the one off the elbow. What's really important to notice is I want a good straight line from my shoulders down to my heels or to my toes. It almost looks like a slide from the profile like you're looking at right now. Hands, palms flat on the ground, fingers sprayed out to widen that base, that stability. But I want my shoulders more or less positioned over top of those palms. While I'm doing this, I am sucking my belly button in as if I'm trying to make it touch my spine on the other side, and tightening up my core muscles. A little trick and a tip for you: tighten your glutes, your butt cheeks, okay? This also helps maintain that good posture. If this starts to happen, you want to stop or drop to your knees, cross the ankles, okay? And now I've just gone into a modified, less intensive version of that plank, and that's a scaled movement. So this is, again, what you can do if that becomes a bit more too intense, or you're finding that you can't hold the position. One little cue: if you're like this is not proper plank position, all right? You want that good line. So if it's hard to maintain and hold this, down, okay? Next, from the elbows, a little bit harder. You want hands, I like to grasp them together or put the palms flat on the ground. Get them nice in position so they're about shoulder width apart. Same sort of angle idea, from shoulders right down to my heels or my toes on the ground. I got a slight angle, okay? Because the angle is closer to the ground right now, center of gravity, it finds that my core really has to engage more, all right? Again, if you're like this, not good positioning. If you're down like this and you start to do this, too much. Okay, stop. Go to here again, okay? Scale it down so you can complete the movement for the allotted time. You'll also see an exercise movement called plank ups. This is a bit more advanced, a bit more challenging, but we can do it either a full version or a scaled version. Full version, you're gonna start from the elbows just like this. You're then gonna go up into a push-up plank position, back down to the elbows, all the while maintaining that good core stability and ensuring that the your shoulders are over top of those palms. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Too difficult? No problem. Down to the knees. Same idea. Okay, scaled, less body weight being used. Make sense? Makes sense. All right. Getting a workout here. we're gonna go to alternating sides for planks. You can do this a couple different ways. We can go just from stacking our feet. So my feet will be one on top of the other. I'm on the elbow. I want to turn my upper body so it's straight up to the ceiling. Okay. Ensure that I'm getting my hips up high enough so I feel it tightening up in my core here. I really want to focus on pulling the belly button in and tensing up the muscles in around my rib cage. or especially your oblique. It gets engaged. You can hold it from this position, hands straight up if you want. More advanced movement for sure. A nice little modification here is if you go to full hand up, same idea. I find it less intense, a little bit easier to do. You can use your feet to help support you if you want. Again, to scale it down. But you want this good core engagement. That would be on my left side. Of course, if I'm doing my right side, I would switch. If you're finding the side planking too difficult, just do a regular standard plank until you get to the point where you feel comfortable enough to start to do that full movement. And I think that's pretty much it. It's a whole lot of planking. Enjoy it, have fun with it, and trust me, if you have bad back or a weak back and any hip issues, planking is going to start to help with a lot of that. And it's why yogis are very, very strong in the midsection. They do a lot of this kind of stuff. Enjoy. See you on the WOD.